At the dawn of the 20th century, as industry reshaped every corner of America, one family rose above all others. Their name became synonymous with oil, wealth, and power. But behind the visible world of corporate empires, the Rockefellers built something far more enduring, a hidden network designed not just to control markets, but to shape the future itself. John D. Rockefeller began with a single refinery in Cleveland. But through strategic partnerships, aggressive buyouts, and an unparalleled understanding of logistics, he built Standard Oil, the first true corporate empire of the modern age. Its reach was so vast that by 1904, it controlled nearly 90% of America's oil. But overwhelming power invites opposition. Newspapers called Standard Oil a monopoly without mercy. Politicians accused Rockefeller of manipulating markets, crushing competitors, and bribing officials. In 1911, the U.S. Supreme Court ordered Standard Oil to be dismantled. Yet in a twist of fate, the breakup made the Rockefellers even richer. Their shares multiplied across dozens of newly formed companies: Exxon, Chevron, Mobil. With their financial foundation secure, the Rockefellers turned to something far more strategic: influence. Rather than ruling openly, they built a vast ecosystem of foundations, universities, think tanks, and charitable institutions. Through donations, research grants, and advisory boards, they began shaping public policy, economic theory, medicine, education, and global development. One of the most significant pillars of this invisible empire was the Rockefeller Foundation. Founded in 1913, it financed medical breakthroughs, public health systems, and agricultural development. Yet critics argue that these efforts also served another purpose: creating long-term global dependence on institutions influenced by the Rockefeller worldview. Another cornerstone of their network was finance. Through close ties with major banks including Chase, which later became JPMorgan Chase, the Rockefellers helped shape the architecture of modern American capitalism. Their advisors were instrumental in the development of the Federal Reserve, and their influence reached deep into the IMF and World Bank. Over time, the family's shadow network expanded globally. They supported international diplomacy, energy projects, resource extraction, and educational reform. Presidents, prime ministers, and global leaders passed through institutions quietly funded or guided by Rockefeller money. Yet the true depth of their influence remains difficult to measure. Many of their operations are conducted through endowments, advisory councils, and intermediaries. Their fingerprints appear indirectly in legislative ideas, economic doctrines, corporate mergers, and global development strategies. Some historians argue that the Rockefeller network is not a conspiracy, but a strategic legacy, a model for long-term influence built on stability, institutions, and ideas rather than visible power. Others insist it is the most sophisticated private empire ever created, one that shapes global affairs without ever appearing to. Today, the Rockefeller name appears less frequently in headlines, but their network endures, woven into foundations, energy conglomerates, international organizations, and financial institutions. It is a reminder that true power does not always shout. Sometimes it whispers, directing the world from behind the curtain.